Fresh off that huge win Saturday night for Utah over USC, the head coach of the Utes, Kyle Whittingham, joins the program. Coach, what's going on, man? How are you? And congratulations.
Doing good, Joel, and thank you. Appreciate that. Want a bye week this week and kind of regrouping and getting some bumps and bruises healed up and then getting ready to finish off the second half of the season.
Yeah, you guys have a grind. I'm telling you, there's not many teams in the country that have to play 6 true road games, which you guys have to play. It started out at Florida. I'm interested in, if you mind, going back to that. What did you feel like your team learned from that game in the Swamp that maybe has set them up for success here down the road?
Yeah, well, first of all, struggling on defense in that game. The quarterback, we didn't do a good job of keeping the Florida quarterback contained. So there was a few issues in that game. That being said, we were still one play away from winning it. You know, we had that interception deep in the red zone in the last few seconds of the game to not be able to pull it off. But we got a lot of things that addressed since that game. Playing better defense for the most part. Last couple of weeks we haven't been that sharp on D, but made the plays in this past game when we had to, got the stop that we had to have.
Well, and the guy, here's the deal. Like, as a quarterback, when you throw a pick like Cam Rising did late in the Florida game, that can be deflating and it can hang over you the whole year. And yet he's bounced back. And the way he played in that game on Saturday was outstanding. Coach, I can't remember a performance like that at quarterback for you guys. I mean, he was sensational. And would you take me into your decision to go for 2 at the end? Did it have everything to do with the way Cam was specifically playing?
It did. And then, of course, USC had been very potent on offense all during the course of the game. And as we took that possession and took the drive over at 6 minutes or so to go in the game, I told Andy, offensive coordinator Andy Lubbock, at the onset of that drive that, hey, when we score, depending on clock situation, if it's well under a minute, we're going for 2 and trying to put this thing away. So have a 2-point play in mind. If we're able to score and there was, more than that, a couple minutes left or whatever, then it was going to be a single-point conversion for obvious reasons. But that decision had been made at the beginning of the drive. When we did score, it was about 45 seconds left in the game. So we made the call that we, had already discussed to go for the 2-pointer.
I love it. And it's one of the reasons why I've always loved covering your teams is because you're decisive and you believe in your players, and it's one of the things that I don't know if a lot of coaches do around the country, to be honest with you. And I cover a lot of teams, but I will tell you, that's one of the things I've always respected the most about you is that you will put faith in your players and in kind of the chemistry and overall product that you put out there as a program. And I think that came to fruition on Saturday night.
I think it did, and putting the ball in Cam Rising's hands is always a good thing for us. And,
that's right.
And to give him that option to find something open in the route structure or tuck it and run, we feel like our percentages were with us in that scenario.
Well, you get the win, and it was an epic environment, certainly. Now, I've argued that we need to do away with divisions, and now here you are in the Pac-12, and you've done away with divisions. From your standpoint, do you think that that's going to be beneficial, and do you feel like you just kind of control your own destiny now because of the way that this structure is going to play out, top 2 teams in the conference championship game?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing overall for what we want to accomplish, and that's access to the CFP, and that the opportunity to have guarantees the opportunity to have your 2 best teams play each other for that championship, and so it makes sense in that regard. I think right now there's 4 teams that are in really good position. Any of the 4 could win this thing. If crazy things happen, there might be more teams that get involved in the race. But right now there's 4 teams with 1 loss or less, 1 conference loss or less, and so it seems to be a 4-horse race at the present time. But there's so many teams that have elevated themselves this year in the Pac-12, particularly the middle tier of teams from years past seem to be much improved and able to beat pretty much anybody on any given Saturday. So we'll see how things transpire. But like I said, right here, right now, it's a 4-team situation.
Well, listen, you guys have played well. I put you inside of my top 10, and I might be biased here, Coach, but I will just tell you as we kind of leave. I think you're one of the most underrated coaches out there. You've built something really special at Utah, and you should be commended. And I will also tell you this, and I probably shouldn't, but that's all right. There's a handful of coaches out there in America that if my son were ever good enough to play college football, I'd be like, yep, you can go play for him. You're one of those guys. And I respect the way that you do it. Thank you for the way that you coach your players and that you've built that program, because it's fun to watch.
Well, I appreciate that. And when you have good players with high character, good things happen.
There's no doubt. All right, Coach, thank you so much for your time, bud. Good luck the rest of the year.
Okay, Joel, take care. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here, College Football on Fox.